all rejoice. Universal Music Group and TikTok have made an agreement together, and unlike every other creator here, I'm not going to be super happy about that because I think people are overlooking a lot. But there is a silver lining to this, or a bigger picture, I should say. So, let's look at the beginning here, which is the UMG, Universal Music Group, and TikTok have made a deal where music's going to be back in, and to the dismay of a lot of people, they're going to unmute tons of videos. A lot of people deleted their videos, replaced the audio, so a lot of videos are going to be ruined yet again, and a lot of videos that were muted are just gone. People removed them. So this is probably going to bring back the dance videos to TikTok, which is also kind of a negative for many people because I know a lot of people expressed opinions that with the dance videos being gone and the lip sync videos being gone, it cleaned up TikTok and became a better platform for it. But we're going to have that back. To me, it's a part of TikTok. I don't necessarily like it, but I don't hate it. It's one of those things that makes TikTok what it is. I guess this means we're going to get more emotes in Fortnite now. Any chance that Barbara song's going to make it over? Anyhow, so here's the problem, though, is that a lot of people have rightly said, but wait a minute, isn't TikTok getting banned? So what good is this if TikTok's going to get banned in about a year here? And here's where this matters, okay? Universal is not going to make a deal with TikTok if TikTok's going to get canceled. They're not going to make that deal. I doubt that contract is going to be a 1 year. They put something substantial in place to make money. Now, we'll get to that portion in a minute. What I do think is going to happen is that this is going to make the platform worse for people using the audio. I don't know how it's going to be licensed for general users. I haven't seen that contract. Once I can see the contract terms, it should be somewhere available. The terms and stuff should be available at some point. I'll be glad to go over that and see what terms in there. Creators should be looking at it, saying what the usage rights are. I have a feeling things are going to get more like YouTube, where official artists can use the audio, but if you're a regular TikTok user and you don't have permission for that or haven't paid for it, you're going to get muted, and that may ruin the platform to a degree. I would hope not, since it seems like TikTok knows what users want and how users use the content on here. Let's keep in mind, TikTok is only successful because of how the music is used that way, and the censorship isn't as heavy as like YouTube. This is why when YouTube tried Shorts, it hasn't worked. Additionally, the time limits are different. And I've seen one too many creators saying, just go make Shorts on YouTube. The Shorts on YouTube are 60 seconds. You can do a lot longer on here and that. So anyway, to get to the meat of it, what does this mean for the ban? Well, I'd have to believe that somebody at Universal, UMG, is going to use this as pull to get that legislation fixed, repealed, or changed. I think there's going to be some lobbying from a lot of outlets now to get TikTok to stay. Not sure how, but this has to do something with that. I don't think there's any way of avoiding that. Also, though, let's not all give Universal praises. They're not the good guy here. Sometimes just the enemy of your enemy is your friend kind of deal. And I say that because let's look at what Universal did. Remember what they did to the strikers, or the people who were striking because of SAG-AFTRA stuff. Let's not forget how Universal treated people. I know Universal Music Group isn't straight Universal, but they're still part of Universal. And so they're only out for themselves. Universal has a lot of media that I enjoy, a lot of stuff I enjoy. That doesn't mean I like them as a company in their entirety. They do some pretty shady things, and that should be remembered. But I'm glad to see the music will be coming back to TikTok. This is necessary for a number of reasons. We have seen, I think I said this before in a video talking about AI. That video may be already out. If not, it'll be out. But that there was a void for music, and it was filled by independent artists, not as many as I'd like to have seen, and a lot of AI. And I know that one of the core keys of this new agreement between TikTok and Universal Music Group is the elimination of AI. So I think we're going to see a lot of AI-generated content being banned. 3 channels in particular on here. One is that Obscurest Vinyl is probably going to be gone. They're probably going to get banned. So if you like any of those songs, you need to download them now. They will be gone. I'm going to tag them and a couple others in this video. But I definitely foresee where the AI channels are going to be eliminated. That's probably going to be part of the operating agreement that, TikTok can use Universal Music and have it on the platform, but AI has to go. And unfortunately, at this point, a lot of people have just picked up the AI music portion. And I asked the question prior, what are we willing to accept with AI? Because a lot of that music is original. It's not pulling copies of. They're lyrics generated by AI, but it is original. I can see the agreement if AI was straight copying the style. We've seen that with stuff like There I Ruined It. But that is not happening with this music. It's completely original. They're using a voice filter so it sounds like some other country artists, but not directly like. So that creates a weird kind of dilemma there. I'm not saying I support that. I'm saying that they're funny. People have enjoyed them. They've got lots of likes. So obviously the average user is looking at those and laughing or enjoying the tune. The lyrics need some work for sure. And this is definitely a topic that needs more exploration, but not here. So anyway, what are your thoughts on this? What are your concerns? And where do you see things going with Universal Music getting back involved with TikTok?